mud gets a little sticky and dry here. It is raining, so I can just pick it out.
A lot harder than I initially thought it would be with all the angles of the ceiling.
You know about that?
Looks a little janky.
That right there? Sorry.
Oh my god.
And now it's time for me to graduate to a mud man.
Let's see if Matt follows the rules. What's up, guys? Welcome back. On the last episode, Matt started drywalling. He got crazy. He just started ripping it and dipping it. He did a great job, but we got much more to do. We're going to continue today on trying to finish the inside of our living room, dining room, and office and kitchen.
We have a lot of electricals and things like that we have to do. I'm not an electrician, so I'm going to just put the stubs, I'm going to put the outlets in there and then let an electrician come in and be able to feed his wires in later and fix those up. Kristen has a couple lights and an outlet in one room, and then the other, we have one outlet as well. So we have to put those in, and then we're going to be able to hopefully finish up the drywall. Then it gets exciting. Okay, so as you saw, this big paddle whapper, it's a little bit of a different kind of tool. I haven't seen it before, but luckily the old homeowner left some of these tools behind for me. This is a big hole drill. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I call them hole drillers. This one goes up to 1.25 inches, but this one is called a dial saw, and it's got this cool nut on the back where you can loosen the nut, and this goes from 1 1/8 to all the way up to, when you spin it, all the way up to 2.5. So instead of having to go in and out of your drill box and find all the different sizes, you can just adjust this to fit exactly what you need pretty quickly. Tighten that nut back down and it cuts a nice clean hole. Pretty cool, never saw it before. I'm gonna see if they have one at Home Depot. If they do, I'll link it back down below. So if you need one of these cool saws, it's a lot faster just to adjust this than it is to try to find the exact perfect hole. And if you're going with like a regular woods and you have to do something that's like a strange size, you can adjust this to any size between 1 1/8 and 2 3/4. It's a cool tool. Bad boy has been super helpful with the drywall and making clean, simple flush cuts. It's like the Roto Zip bit with the Dremel. If you guys are interested in any of the tools that we use, we will link them down below at Home Depot. We'll leave the links for you so you can find the ones in case you need to make your drywalling more simpler also.
Nice, looking good.
so now I'm putting in the electrical stub for the range. This is gonna be, I'm gonna inset the outlet because I don't want it to not be able to go completely up against the wall. Kristen says we'll have a backsplash, not a black splash, a backsplash. So we'll have a little bit of wiggle room, but I want to set it in here anyhow just to make sure it's nice and smooth and I don't have the range sticking out into the walkway.
Alright guys, this is not a horror movie. We're not doing this for the lighting because it's a cloudy day and this house doesn't have that many lights, so that's what's happening here.
It's got the lights, but Kristen just don't like them.
No, you can put it on. We definitely need it. Anyways, Matt accidentally, while I was taking care of our child, he accidentally drywalled.
My child!
He accidentally drywalled over where he was supposed to do another sconce pipe electrics. So he's taking that off now. I thought I'd just tell you guys so I can make fun of my husband because it's always a good joke.
She's out here shading me, y'all.
And for my haters out there, I like to fuel my haters.
She said, I'm glad you messed up so I can get more film now. She said, I'm glad.
I did not say that. I don't hope for him to mess up. I hope everything goes perfect.
She does. When we used to sail,
No,
used to sail and bad stuff would happen, she'd say, that's really better for me because now I can make a more funner video for everyone.
No, that's not true. When we were on the boat and bad things happened, I was shaking in my boots. Remember, if you guys don't know, Matt crashed right into the side of a dock once because he didn't want to come up with a plan when I said,
guys, hold on. Do you
plan.
remember when my engine would only go in reverse and I reversed like 3 miles straight into the slip perfectly?
He did do that.
To get the boat painted? We don't ever talk about that.
He
We
did.
don't never talk about that. We don't ever talk about
Because
that.
that's 1 out of like 5 times that we crashed into docks. But that's besides the point.
People do the same thing.
We're getting back to work.
People just hating on me. It don't matter how many Olympians you pick up in body slams, they always remember that one guy that choked you out.
Day 2 of this week and the drywall is getting in place. It looks a lot harder than I initially thought it would be with all the angles of the ceiling, of the vaulted ceilings, but Matt is pulling it off. It's looking good. We have more drywall to do.
The angles of the vaulted ceiling interact with that archway pretty heavily on that other side. I'm going on the other side of my big wall today, and then hopefully getting my arches done on my kitchen butler pantry. So those will be hard because it interacts with that 13-degree angle. But this one behind me should be relatively easy. It is up there, but I'm just hanging them, getting them done, and it should go smoothly today, and hopefully it goes a little bit faster as well.
I also have changed my mind on something once again, but I'm going to tell you about that later. So I don't want to ruffle the feathers quite yet. I'll ruffle them down the road. Homemade scaffolding.
Yup, prepped and ready. Boom.
I mean, what's that bottom piece though?
You know about that?
Looks a little junky.
That right there? So a lot of y'all might think I'm crazy and say, Matt, why do you have a pencil taped to a level? I do that so that I can get my marks for my downs, so that I have something to screw to. Once you put the board up, you can't tell really where they are. I know they're supposed to be 24 inches on center. In a perfect world, you can just pull my tape measure out. But you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm an imperfect person, and so what I do is I like to make as many marks as I can, so I can always find something to screw that. Sheetrock too, because when you're holding it up, you don't want to be searching for stuff. You want to know right where to go. All right, it's another rainy day here in paradise. I got all of my drywall up. As you can see, the brown on that side, it does still need to be trimmed. So I'm gonna speed it up. Stay tuned for the big arch reveal.
Matt's got a good amount of drywall done, but we're realizing that we have a lot more electrics to do. There's multiple outlets that need to go in the coffee bar because I want 2 appliance garages and a beverage fridge at the bottom, I think. So that's 3 outlets, 2 sconces. There's other electrics we have to decide, so we're gonna halt on all that. We're gonna get the electrician. We're gonna get that whole thing done. So our next move is this area. And now what I was saying before, how I changed my mind and you guys are gonna go crazy. On the previous episode, I had the coffee bar opening up tall. I said that looks terrible next to the arched way into the dining room. So I said, let's put it down. Matt put it down, and now I wanna put it back up. I'm not kidding either. This is not a joke. I just keep going back and forth with my design, and I want it to feel really luxurious, but I don't want it to look weird next to the dining room. But Matt told me that that's a different room, so it doesn't have to be the same height on everything. I'm just really picky about little details, but I'm gonna let that one go, and I think it's gonna be beneficial for how great the coffee bar is gonna come out.
Yep, and I think you're gonna do a vote, right, on whether it should be square or arched.
I'm gonna pull the design, or by the time you see this video, I already pulled the design, so Patreon is already gonna get the poll.
She's doing a poll on
So-
Patreon because she's like, oh, could be 2 arches. I don't want to be too arch heavy and have too many arches, but I also don't want the arches and then just kind of a square plank out of nowhere. And I said, look, none of that crap matters. Let's get this going. Every day we add a sconce, we move a sconce 3 inches. We're gonna do this, we gotta do that.
The end product's gonna come out good, but let's get into what's gonna happen next.
Okay, so in a few videos ago, we removed our old 1974 wood paneling from the walls, and lo and behold, underneath there was this wild gold fleck, you know, crazy wallpaper that did destroy all of the drywall, so I need to remove this drywall and replace it, because you can't just mud over this cardboard. It makes everything swell out and it can't be done. They say you can prime little spots, but I think on this scale it's just best to tear it out, put in the new stuff, and then start mudding over it. So that's what I'm going to do now. We can make this thing be gone for once and for all. No more ugly gold wallpaper. It's been a long time coming. This day has been coming for a while. And your boy is about to get busy on some mudding. I have screwed the screws, I've hung the boards, and now it's time for me to graduate to a mud man. This seems a little difficult. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be easy, and I'm not taking this lightly, but deep down in my soul, I just have this feeling that I was meant to be a drywall mud man. So I'm gonna channel my ancestors. I know there's had to have been some drywall slingers in my lineage, and I'm gonna say, spirits, come into me and help me with this mudding, because making things smooth and pretty has never been my forte. And I've seen a lot of reels about level 5 drywall. I'm gonna make it happen, but first, this part should be pretty easy. I'm doing a pre-fill. So this is basically just mixing it in, slopping it up, not slopping it up. I want to keep it clean and tidy, but I'm just filling in some of the bigger gaps because, believe it or not, I got some. So for my pre-fill, I'm going to use the Easy Sand 45. The 45 apparently means that it takes 45 minutes to cure, so you can sand it. So that's what I'm going to do, because then it'll be nap time with the baby. Then I can start ripping on my mudding and taping. Hopefully this gives me a little bit of practice. All right, so I got my hot mud mixed up. It does not roll off the trowel, so that's the consistency I want. Ready to start slinging.
It's time to put up some
Corner bead.
Oh my god. It's time to put up some corner bead as the corner bead pops at us and says, here I am. Okay, it's time to put them on. We've never done this before. I think it's gonna be pretty straightforward. There's holes on the side. You just don't wanna bend it, else you're gonna get a bent up corner.
Don't want to put it on too tight, but you want to put it on tight enough. So we're gonna do it the best we can. Then we're gonna be taping and mudding.
You have drywall on your mustache, but anyways, they said to do alternative sides, so left screw, right screw, left screw, right screw. So let's see if Matt follows the rules.
Right, we we already made a mistake. I have a chandelier in my back. Don't worry about that. Kristen was saying earlier when she looked this up, she said some pros put mud on the inside and it squishes through these holes to get an ultra super professional bond. So I said, you know where I could fudge it and just slap some mud over it? Not gonna do that. I'm gonna do my pre-mud for my strips. Yeah, you know, real funny stuff, Kristen, real funny. Okay, so now that I'm on my corner bead, I'm using like an all-purpose mud, which is not like that quick set 45. This has not necessarily an unlimited working time, but you can work this for a long time. It takes 24 hours to dry. So, you know, we're taking our time here. We're just doing the first coat of mud. I'm packing it in there with a 6-inch blade, and then I'm going over it with my 8-inch blade to clean out and kind of feather it a little bit to keep everything nice and tight. Okay, so what I'm putting in here is my pre-mud for my corner tape. Putting a piece there just to get the feel for it. Now I'm going to be running my pre-mud, cutting my piece of tape, and then it folds right in the middle. It has its own pre-made crease. So hopefully it goes nice and smooth, and then you just squish the mud out that's behind it, and it makes it all nice and perfect. And if my mud gets a little sticky and dry here, it is raining, so I can just stick it out there, moisten it up a little bit, keep it nice and creamy.
Matt has got a lot of it done in the front door. How is it going? What do you think? Do you think you got the rest of this entire house?
Yeah, I could definitely do it. It's just, I'm only one guy. It's a lot of square footage, so I may have to hire someone out just to come get it done quicker. I am a mud man though. I did get, I touched Kristen's Huggies, her overalls.
These are Huggies.
It's called the Huggies. Baby's got an outfit like that, and I said, get your Huggies, we're going outside. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely an art to it, but I think it's relatively forgiving. It's just a matter of how much time do you want to spend. It's adding layers, sanding, layers,
the
sanding.
better the layer you add, the less
Yeah,
time
I'm
you
not
have to
doing
spend
this.
fixing it.
I'm not doing this as a contractor where I have to get in, get out, get to the next job, or I don't make my, Dodge Ram Power Wagon money. So I can take all the time I need and make it, level 5 drywall finishing. But it's just how much of that do I really want to do, because Kristen is, of course, picking out sconces and countertops and all that stuff. So I got to get this unfun stuff done. So I might hire a buddy or get a buddy over here to do it, or just try to just hire somebody to come in and help me at least, because scraping the ceiling alone is going to take me probably almost a full 40 hours just to scrape this giant ceiling. So yeah, the taping was a little bit different for me. It's pretty forgiving though. Like I said, it's kind of pudding. So it's not like fiberglass that's going off right away and it's super itchy and it's rock hard when it's done. The house isn't going to be moving too much. I don't think the bracing was pretty solid on it with the 2x6s. Everything came in real hard. So I think it's going to be workable. I think I'm definitely going to be able to do it, and I'm going to enjoy doing it. It looks pretty good, but you know, I don't have to be perfect either. You never know what kind of texture Kristen's going to put on these walls. We might be lime washing or doing something a little more flat. She's not a latex, like super shiny walls kind of gal. So if
Do people paint their walls shiny?
yeah, people love super shiny walls sometimes. So it's one of those things that I think I can definitely get it done. But yeah, in that corner was probably one of the harder places to start because I had, you know, 2 trims, 2 3-way corners, and then a slant going up. So it was a lot going on, you know, up and down the ladder. We have vaulted ceiling, so this is a complex ordeal. But all in all, I definitely think I can do it, and I think I can, you know, move forward with it a little more quickly as well.
Okay, well you heard it here first, guys. So if you want to see real-time updates, check out our Patreon. We got a link down below. We're doing polls over there. Our Patreons are helping us pick and choose what we do in our house.
Helping you. I'm a trigger puller.
I have 2 ideas for things all the time. I'm like, this could be good, but this could be good. And then I can't decide, and you don't like to help me decide, so.
I do like to help you decide.
You guys can help me decide.
And then you're ready to go, and then you say, it's actually not what I wanted to decide, though. I decide.
Whatever, you're better than me. Anyways, let's move on. So if you want to help design, check out the links down below. Also, make sure you subscribe if you're new here. We like new people. Comment down below. Say, hey, I'm new here, checking out your stuff. So we will message you guys and comment back, and we will see you next week. Bye.